That's that.
We on.
It's a lot. Yeah, we on a lot.
That's it.
The photo the same? The photo the same?
Yeah, we're gonna re-upload it.
I didn't know if it had changed with the one that you had changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean the other video probably. But now, where we live? What you say can be held against you in
According to how about some of your church.
whole video, bring it up to us, so we like, they take somebody out to like, this is what you said. Do you believe this? You want to stay with this?
That's gonna be that one Jake last night. He was like, "No, we don't want to hear that."
So you remind me,
I'm a little like.
You gotta put the picture, hold on. Put the picture on edit that time. Slide. Okay.
What?
At the bottom of the checkbox. Just check that out and that's when they'll pull it. Yeah.
Somebody will kill him. You know what I'm saying? I don't got him even like.
Right at the top.
He's not even like.
They got
This
this.
is like.
It's a low
Yeah,
percent.
you know what I'm saying? Like that bones, like.
Yeah, that's all right. You can slide it all the way to the right.
Like I said, that's a.
Yeah.
Spiritually, got a movie in mind. Like, we have one that says it's dead like zombies, because you start to realize, you know what I'm saying? We got one that says dead like to the bone. It's like a different level of being dead. Oh man, I gotta figure out movie.
Alright, we live.
Yeah.
Alright, let's kick it off. Giving our honor, praise, and glory to Heavenly Father, name His Son.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Wahakadash
Why do you have about Shah for the Holy Spirit to be able to come back with another lesson, another sit down on something hopefully that can be edifying, exhorting, or admonishing. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at the great millstone of Israel, and to all the elect elders and the entire conglomerate of those that are slaves to be saved from this destruction, currently coming upon this earth and to America chiefly, and increasing rapidly, you know, as the days go by according to the Bible, and those being enslaved to be saved from it, being none other than the Israelites, the elect, and 1/3 of the Israelites. And the Israelites, as a whole, today are being known by bywords, according to the Bible, such as Black, African American, Negro, Hispanic, Latino, Seminole Indian, West Indian, Native American Indian, so-called Black people, Israelites, and African people scattered abroad. The men of these people that have repented and now are teaching the true doctrine of the Bible and living their life according to it, first and foremost, the truth and sincerity. And the men, women, and children also these people that have done the same, but simply just living their life according to it as well. Alright, Shalom. So we back. It's the 20th volume of I'll Stand Upon My Watch. And in this sit down, we're gonna be going into proving that Esau Edom is watching us, man. We know you devils on YouTube is watching us. They censoring us. Was that Amos, the 8th chapter is definitely real. So without any further ado, we just go ahead and kick it off with that, the video, brother. And they telling on themselves. So, yep.
You got that?
Yeah, whatever brothers got on it about them watching. Brothers got something to bring it up.
Yeah, you want me to start from the beginning?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I got one.
Introducing Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer. It has 0 grams of sugar and is USDA certified organic. Anything else?
Through user complaints and machine learning. Artificial intelligence does a quick scan of the post to validate the complaint before it is passed to one of 15,000 human moderators to determine if the post goes against the company's.
Heard that?
Human moderators.
Rewind that, bro. That's the first mark right there. You can rewind it like 4 minutes to 4 minutes.
All the way from
No,
the
it's you see that's at 4:20. Like that's gonna go right there. Yep, that's it. They telling me so.
Thought I would live to see.
Well, the documentary was only on Facebook for less than a week. It had been viewed millions of times, and the removal of the video only created more alarm bells surrounding censorship.
So how does Facebook decide what's fake and what's real?
Facebook moderates posts through user complaints and machine learning. Artificial intelligence does a quick scan of the post to validate the complaint before it is passed to one of 15,000 human moderators to determine if the post goes against the company's community guidelines.
What type of moderator?
It's not just
See that?
right-wing, MAGA-loving,
They tell you
anti-vaxxers
it's
that
you-
spread
they say it was
disinformation on
YouTube bots.
Facebook.
Everyone from the far left to the far right
So
is
they
capable
lie.
of spreading disinformation, even unintentional.
And that's
This photo
real
is
right there.
real, but put a fake
We
quote
were
from
in-
Donald
we were
Trump's
in
mother
the
on
top. I
it,
think
and you've got
it's,
shareable fake content.
Disinformation, it depends on what side you're defending or what you believe.
But with more than 2.74 billion active users across the globe, moderating Facebook is a gargantuan task.
It's a constant game of kind of, okay, we're trying to stop this.
Remember you got that keyboard in his face.
Cool, right?
It's massively problematic.
My entire youth is archived on Facebook, from the good times to the bad times. Now it's become this toxic political wasteland. When did it start pulling apart the fabric of our society?
We certainly have a big responsibility to make sure that we address all of the new threats that come from the internet.
Self-regulation simply does not work. These companies are too powerful. These companies control what we see.
We should absolutely be terrified about Facebook.
Where is everybody? Is everybody at home on Facebook?
Vaping illness blamed. Antifa is carrying out prerequisites against e-cigarettes, and what parents should know.
As clickbait headlines warp our view of the world, we're going down the rabbit hole to ask, how afraid should we really be? On this episode, Facebook.
QAnon crackdown. Facebook banning pages devoted to the Fringe conspiracy movement.
Australia's government is slamming Facebook's decision to block users in the country from all news content on its platform.
We have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works.
Facebook to me is not cool, but I guess more people than ever are using it, despite that it always seems to be in a bit of hot water. I was once a very active user of Facebook. I'm not kidding when I say my youth is archived on the platform. But after 2016, things got weird.
I guess 2016 was a wake-up call for the world about how Facebook could be used to spread disinformation. What happened was that the Russian government, using the Internet Research Agency of St. Petersburg, was able to set up groups and accounts that pretended to be on both sides of the aisle. They saw that they could very easily use Facebook to make these incendiary comments that would drive people crazy. And by doing that, they were just pitting people against each other and hoping that they would clash. They did. What they wanted to do was just create chaos so that you wouldn't know if the person you were looking at or the comment you were looking at was written by your friend or by someone in St. Petersburg.
Since then, the company has claimed to have made a number of changes to counter election interference.
We've been able to build systems that can proactively identify a lot of those efforts at this point.
But Pandora's box was already open.
What Russia did in 2016 was kind of show people how you don't have to tell the truth on Facebook.
Flash forward to 2020, I've seen a lot of COVID skepticism play out on Facebook.
It seems way too perfect, and now that we all of a sudden have a vaccine, seems a little perfect too.
I believe in the science of vaccines. I don't think what's in the needle is all good for you. I think there's stuff in the needle that's very harmful.
I get news from Facebook, obviously, because the national news just doesn't seem to be hitting anywhere anymore.
During this lockdown, I really had the time to okay, I'm gonna sit down and spend 2 hours on this interview with this doctor and see what's going on here.
There's so much information out there. There's the black, there's the white, and there's everything in the middle, which is fucking confusing.
As public officials wavered in their COVID-19 response,
supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light.
Conspiracy theories were amplified on social media. Then in May, the conspiracy documentary Plandemic became a viral hit and was widely shared on Facebook.
Like the first thing I saw that got really censored hardcore was the Plandemic video.
There is no dissenting voices allowed anymore in this free country, which is something I never thought I would live to see.
Well, the documentary was only on Facebook for less than a week. It had been viewed millions of times, and the removal of the video only created more alarm bells surrounding censorship.
So how does Facebook decide what's fake and what's real?
Facebook moderates posts through user complaints and machine learning. Artificial intelligence does a quick scan of the post to validate the complaint before it is passed to one of 15,000 human moderators to determine if the post goes against the company's community guidelines.
So stop it right there.
It's not
So
just
basically, they've been telling us that it's algorithms, and that's a lie. Ain't no algorithm. People, they got 1,500. That's what it said. Human moderators. Human. And they decide if basically they get an alert, and then the moderator got to go watch the video, and they take it down. So that should tell you what, it got to be a group of people that's watching something targeted. If none of our videos are staying up according to this Facebook. So how much more YouTube? That's primarily based on videos. Salaki, bro. You got it.
So like I said, there ain't nothing for you to be able to scan like how you would on Facebook.
Yeah.
And they just got to showing as an example the bot scanning the whole page itself. So you ain't got nothing to scan. Like that's in the sense of like how they probably would with the title. You know what I'm saying? Because they can scan that specifically. But so we ain't got nothing to do with scanning. So obviously somebody got to listen.
Man, it's crazy. I think it's one more mark in this, so we can go ahead and get to it. Close this out. I think it's like at a 7-minute mark. It's a few more minutes. We can just play it.
Wing, MAGA-loving anti-vaxxers that spread misinformation on Facebook.
Everyone from the far left to the far right is capable of spreading disinformation, even unintentionally. This photo is real, but put a fake quote from Donald Trump's mother on it, and you've got shareable fake content.
Disinformation, it depends on what side you're defending or what you believe.
But with more than 2.74 billion active users across the globe, moderating Facebook is a gargantuan task.
It's a constant game of kind of, okay, we're trying to stop this problematic content, but something else is going to come
He
along.
said, who's trying to stop it? Who's trying to do what? Wow.
Moderating Facebook is a gargantuan task.
It's a constant game of kind of, okay, we're trying to stop this problematic content, but something else is going to come along a couple of days later to challenge us again.
David Gilbert has been reporting on Facebook for years, and recently documented the platform's laundering of the QAnon conspiracy, from its origins on message boards to the mainstream.
QAnon issue started to move into the mainstream about a year ago, at the beginning of the pandemic. When lockdown happened, people were at home, and a lot more people started getting into it.
Really, these people just work for the elites. They really don't have no clue what they do. They just hitting the button. But these people it's people really watching us. So it's somebody on a higher level that is really targeting us. So we gotta be important, and what we talking about gotta be conflicting with their agenda, and not only that, but it gotta have merit. It has to. It has to have truth. Wasn't we just ended talking about talking to the Jakes about that last night. And they sitting up here saying, yeah, we know they censored. Nah, people really watching us. You know what I'm saying? When we go live, they go live. You know what I'm saying? They in the chat.
See, if I could, they like hitting me.
Basically. You got it, bro.
QAnon was still being passed around fringe corners of the internet, like 4chan and 8kun. Users started bringing it onto Facebook.
People within the QAnon community saw what was happening, saw that more people were coming to it from a very much mainstream audience. So what they did was they shifted the message to kind of strip away the QAnon and a lot of the really out there conspiracy theories, and they focused essentially on the Save the Children campaign. That's how a lot of people got so-called red pill.
QAnon organizers began using the hashtag Save the Children to recruit followers on mainstream platforms. Meanwhile, the legitimate century-old charity Save the Children had to release a statement that they were unaffiliated with the campaigns using their name and a hashtag,
Yeah, so
which
that's
became an
it,
internet
you know.
gateway drug that pushed weed.
So they told on themselves. You guys know, bro? Yeah. Yep. Anything dealing with that. Anything. Anything dealing with them. Who want to bring it out? Or, go ahead, bring out what you got.
Go ahead. I got some else.
I got two, but I'll keep it to the point at hand first. This is Psalms chapter 64 and verse 8. It says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves."
Beautiful. So they got a video of them telling themselves. And the reason why this is happening is because this has been declared from the beginning, which is what? That Satan was going to be divided against Satan. In what way? In the form of what they agree on. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't agree, and Esau's ruling the world, but yet Esau can't agree, Esau's going to come to nothing. Esau's also going to expose himself, which was prophecy. You got it one more time, bro.
I can look at 6, but
you got it.
It says, Psalm 64 verse 6, "They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search."
There you go. So they even searching. They searching, man. Just like you searching, it's go figure you got a search bar. But they got the same search bar. That's why the internet known as a web. It's catching. It's trapping. You know, it's causing people to be ate. You know, like we say Jake said that amongst each other, like, man, he ate him up. We eating y'all up, man. You know what I'm saying? Due to the workers of your own hands. You know, you set up the web. You know what I'm saying? The web is eating people alive every day. But also the elite are subject to getting ate. So it's a very dangerous task. Device. Now, it really says, more specifically on the point, that they search out iniquities. So they watching for things that are against them, you know, things that can work to their advantage. Because you got to ask, to that being said, why? Why do they search out iniquities? That's the reason. Go ahead, bro.
This is, I feel like I got to start at 5 now. So
yeah, that really,
yeah. It's like Psalm 64 verse 5, it says, "They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately."
Yeah, they actually get together in those sit-downs at a lot of the corporate meetings, and they probably got channels pulled up, and they probably got in that meeting on the board, the little plaster board, they probably got Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They probably don't even put black in the meeting. They actually call us the Hebrew Israelites. We got the Hebrew Israelites awakening, and they're accounting for this much traffic on YouTube, so we need to, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
It says, "They say, who shall see them?"
See? Shall not he that made the eye see? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you know what's so dumb about it? You on the web. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be seen. You gonna get caught. You don't know how you getting caught because we have a computer running off the internet, and we at the end of the world, so it really don't even matter. How the hell can we got 2 lives running, right? So just explain this to us, you people watching. If it's really just our connection, if it's really just the app, if it's, you know, just whatever it may be, a bug on the phone, how could we come to that conclusion if, as far as let's just be specific, the internet connection. If the computer's running off the internet connection, but yet this stream on this particular account cuts off continuously, but yet the other stream, you know what I'm saying, the computer is still running. How could we how could that be concluded to be okay as an internet connection? If the other screen was just running off the phone's internet hotspot, how could it drop? I mean, how could it be considered that if this one kept running? So it couldn't be the internet hotspot. Every time we make this, we stream on, and then you know it'd be funny if they don't even drop it tonight after this point. You know what I'm saying? That'd be hella funny. Cause we know what's going on, man. We tell the truth. You people gotta come down. It's just the reality of the matter, man. That don't mean that's exactly how I'm going about it. Is how it's gonna play out for me. You know, the Lord control these things, but what's written is gonna happen. That's the whole point. Where I fall in it, where these brothers fall in it, you have no control of. You know what I'm saying? Now, ultimately, every time we on this, and this for the, obviously the brothers and sisters or whoever may be watching. Every time we on this particular account, right, as a tale that is told, we can't. It doesn't stream for any long. Sometimes it won't stream for longer than 3 minutes, and it'll cut off, and we gotta pull it back up. And it's obviously on the phone, but yet we'll be streaming on another account, which is pulling or using the phone, that same phone's internet hotspot. But yet, that we don't have the issue on that one. But yet, continuously on the phone, the as a tail stream continuously drops. And the app Prism closes out. How could we conclude that it's the internet connection when the device that's pulling or streaming off of the phone's internet hotspot never drops? It could never be that, man. It could never be that. It could never be that. And this is on multiple devices, multiple accounts. So don't think you got us tracked. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what account we on. You really don't know that. Unless we show it on the page, like this account is linked to, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can't, that's why when you're not in control. The Lord is in control. You can't control the internet. You can't control if you're seeing or not. You're gonna get caught. And you're gonna get caught ultimately because you're gonna tell on yourself. Whether it's verbally or through the common senses. Most people would say what? The common consensus. Most people would say, I think it's your internet connection. How? That will never cut off. Well, I think it's the app. How? He updated it. Well, I think it's the phone. How? It's brand new. You know what I'm saying? The other device we own is from 2012. Bro, that phone was grabbed in 2020. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. Psalm 64:6, it says, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
They accomplish a diligent search. They get goofies. You know what I'm saying? They ain't say I'll accomplish other things. I'll just accomplish a diligent search. Go ahead, bro.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Yeah, it's deep. Go ahead.
But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded.
You know, spiritual, what's the icon you use to